Hey guys, I've got the New Forest middle distance coming up in 4 weeks and I need to taper. Can you help me?
Where did that come from?
Don't know. Sounded like it was outside.
Hey, good idea for a video though.
I like it. Should we make it?
Yeah. So in today's video, we're going to talk through a 4-week taper to a middle distance event. And here's some of Ant's special caveats.
We've got to have a special caveat, haven't we? So this is obviously just a basic guide to give you a few ideas. We will run through the individual sessions so you've got a pretty good idea when you actually go to do it. But we do assume that you have trained well until this point. This isn't a saviour plan. If you haven't been training for the last 12 to 16 weeks, I would say, for this event, the next 4 weeks, this isn't going to save you. This isn't a get out of jail free card. Obviously make sure that you are medically fit and well and able to take part in this plan. Seek the advice of your doctor. That comes up a lot, doesn't it?
That normally says if you're going to try something new, seek advice from your doctor.
Yeah, that's that bit covered. And we've assumed you've got around 8 to 10 hours a week. If you've got significantly more or less, then you can obviously adjust this plan a little bit. So you can take out a few of the sessions if you haven't got enough time, or similarly you can add in a few more. Or if you feel that when we said to go out for, I can't remember the distance of the longest ride now, but where we said 80 to 100 kilometre being a long ride, if you have time for more and you think it would be beneficial, then by all means go for it.
And do feel free to add in some strength and conditioning or some yoga or Pilates to support your body whilst you're doing this training. Obviously, every coach needs their coffee, so Ant's going to go through this plan with the coffee in his hand.
Need that caffeine.
Need
Been
that
listening to you all
caffeine.
morning.
This is true. So we're going to split it down week by week, and each day we'll have something on the day. But get yourself a pen, get yourself a notepad so you can write down. You'll also be able to download this plan. Ignore the slurps. You'll also be able to download this plan as well, so you can put it on your fridge. So 4 weeks out. Mondays, what we're going to do on Mondays?
So we put down Monday as being the swim day.
Yes.
So for week 1 of this plan, so 4 weeks prior to that, we put to do 800 metre swim warm up of choice. So you can break that down however you like. And then we've gone into the main set of 16 by 100 metres with 15 seconds rest between each one. That kind of thing would be good to do at race pace. At this stage in the plan, you're unlikely to get any faster, and I don't say that in a harsh way, that's just how these kind of things work. And those last sort of 4 weeks is really about building your confidence rather than trying to find more speed. So if you aim to do those at around race pace, take around 15 seconds rest between each one, and then 200 metre nice easy cool down.
And in that cool down, make sure you throw some other strokes in. Don't do it all front crawl to get the shoulders turning in the opposite direction. So Tuesdays, we're going to hit the bike. So we're going to do a 90-minute bike session, and then 75 minutes of that is going to be at your race pace effort.
Excellent. And you can break that 75 minutes down however you like. So if doing a full 75 minutes sounds a bit daunting, it's a good mental challenge to do it that way, but you can break those down into 10-minute chunks or 15-minute chunks or whatever fits you better.
Would you do this on the turbo or out on the road?
At this stage, if the weather's okay, I would highly recommend doing it out on the road. You really want to start getting used to your race day kit, your race day bike, all those kinds of things as best you can. It's also a good way to test out your nutrition as well. So if you're doing 75 minutes solidly at your race intensity, it's a good way to test out how can I drink on the go, am I taking on gels on the go, what's working for me in those kind of final stages. Wednesday. So Wednesday is kind of down as a bit more of a recovery day. So we put a double session in for that one. So again, you can pick and choose between those two or add them both in if you've got the time to do so. So an easy ride for 60 minutes and then an easy run for 45 minutes. Either after that, if you want to do it as a brick session, you can do. My preference is to have those on separates because we've got the bigger brick sessions coming later in the week and obviously at the weekend as well.
Yes, so Thursday, brick session. So you're looking at...
What is a brick session?
Brick session.
Cover that.
Do you know why they call it a brick session?
Because it's building your foundations.
Well, it's because that's what your legs feel like when you try running off a bike. So brick session is basically you're biking and then you're going straight into the run. So it's great for the legs to feel what it's like to run off the bike. A couple of tips to help those legs feel fresh. Nice high cadence when you're coming in to finish, so spin those legs round.
Yep, definitely.
And then when you'll start running.
What are we doing when we start running?
I thought you were going to give me
really?
one. I was just going to say like a nice upright high cadence when you're getting off of the bike.
Ideally, you want to try and match the cadence. You don't have to exactly, but if you know you bike roughly around sort of 90 RPM, then running at around 90 steps per minute is quite a good thing to do.
Yeah. So, brick session on Thursday, we're looking for an hour, building within that, and then at the end, the 20 minutes at race pace. Run off the bike, 20 minutes at your 10k pace.
A little bit quicker than your race pace for that one, because we'll do some race specifics on the weekend. Friday we put down as a rest day to make sure that you're nice and ready for the weekend. It also works as well as almost sort of starting to predict what you want to do on that race week as well. So making sure that your lead into the weekends at the moment roughly replicate what you're going to do when it comes to that race day as well. Make sure it's nice and familiar for you. And then we move on to Saturday, which is the big day.
Big day!
It's a big day on Saturday. So in an ideal scenario, you would have access to a lake or the sea, whatever your race venue is going to be like. So for New Forest Middle Distance, what have they got waiting for them?
A beautiful, stunning, clear lake.
Awesome. So if you can find yourself a beautiful, stunning, clear lake, you are on for a winner. So you want to try and get a good sort of 45 minutes up to 60 minutes, I would say. Just nice, steady swimming. In your wetsuit, if that's what you're going to plan to wear on the day. In your tri-suit, if that's what you're planning to wear on the day. Try and make everything as race specific as possible for that one. As soon as you've done that swim, obviously it's not going to be like a standard transition, is it? We're not going to come running out of that water, dump all our kit, hop on a bike and go. We might need to relocate or whatever, but you're then going to get yourself ready for your bike ride. And this one we would say make it 90k to match the New Forest Middle Distance. And again, this one can be a mixture of zones really, so you can go easy if you feel like going easy that day. If you want to put in a few harder efforts to make it a bit more race specific, you can. But I'd recommend trying to get around 2 hours roughly at the intensity you want to do on the day itself. So whether you measure that in heart rate or power or just how does it feel, that's a good way of doing that one. Once you've done that bike ride, and again, transition isn't going to be super quick, but transition relatively quickly into a 60-minute run, and again, roughly around that kind of easy zone up towards your race intensity. So we're not looking for anything too crazy there. So that'll be a 60-minute run off of that one. But the important thing for that session is that we're trying to wear as much of our race kit, use as much of our race day nutrition. We're really trying to get as familiar as possible for race day.
Fab. If time's a bit tight, you can certainly bike and run on separate days. So you can do the bike and the swim just on the Saturday, and then you could probably pop the run onto the Sunday if time's tight. But on the Sunday, you're going to want to do a recovery run if you've done that big day. So something really light, really easy, nice 10k just to flush everything through. Ready to start week 2 of Taper.
Yeah.
So swim day Monday. Really simple endurance session. You're going to want to do 4 500s around your race pace. Take a good 20 seconds in between each one so you can continue going through.
Excellent.
More of a head game, that one as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and I think that's, again, it's another important skill to have. It's not just about doing shorter reps all the time in the pool. Actually throwing in those longer reps, it's good to practice your pacing and get into that mental zone of actually trying to swim for longer periods of time.
Yeah.
Tuesday is slightly longer bike, and again, if you've got time, do that longer bike on that Tuesday. But we've put an hour and 45 down with 90 minutes at race effort this time.
Yes, so Wednesday, you're going to want an easy ride, 45 to 60 minutes, or session 2 if you can do 2 sessions in one day, easy run 30 to 45 minutes.
Excellent.
Thursday brick day.
Back on the brick again for Thursday, so we put an hour again building effort up towards the latter stages of that, and again another sort of 15 to 20 minutes toward the end of that, just to again get you used to biking at that intensity you want to do on race day. And then straight after that we're then going straight into another 20 minutes quick at around your 10k pace, so a little bit quicker than race day.
Relaxing day on Friday.
Rest day Friday.
Rest day Friday.
Good day for yoga.
Good day for yoga. And then on Saturday, your endurance ride. So this is your long ride. So you're going to try and get between 80 and 100 kilometres in. Add in some, 4 to 5, 15 minutes efforts at your race pace, whether you're using your heart rate or power or feel, but add that in. Please practice your nutrition. You can really nail that down, so there's no guessing on race day.
Excellent. And then Sunday can be a longer endurance run, so where we've not had Saturday being such a big day with the bike and the run as well. So Sunday we've said go out for roughly 18 to 20 kilometres. Easy zone 2 pace. At this stage where we're only 3 weeks out from the event day, you don't want to do anything sort of too big, so there's no point making it your longest run. I would say that would come just before this taper period, so just a nice easy 18 to 20k just to keep that confidence nice and high.
And we're back into another week, Sunday, Monday. So your main set is 2 100s as 25 metres fast and 75 metres steady. So you can really put that effort in on that first length and then go into a nice steady rhythm. So that kind of stimulates maybe trying to get to the buoy first, or if you can see someone in front of you and you want to put in that effort to catch up to swim on their toes, that kind of stimulates that. And then you're going into 6 200s at a harder pace, over your race pace, and then you're going to have 15 seconds recovery. You're a bit tired by then, so we're now going to make you swim for 600 metres nice and steady, and you're going to finish it up with 625s hard, so that is a stinger at the end.
It is. It's a good one to do in that 625 as well, is to really focus on kicking a little bit harder as well.
Yeah.
So if you imagine that swim set being like the event itself almost, you've done your steady swim for be more than 600 metres, but once you come towards the end of that swim, just trying to kick a bit more, get a bit more blood flow into your legs, so hopefully when you stand up, getting out of that lake,
you're not going to fall over.
Not a bit drunk. Day afterwards we go into another brick session, so we've actually got 3 bricks this week, just to really hone in on that race practice. For this one, the bike's going to be around 48 to 60 minutes, very precise I know, and then we're running for 30 minutes. So for the bike ride, we're going to be doing around 3 to 4 lots of 9-minute efforts at around your goal pace, power, heart rate, whatever that choice is for you, and then 3 minutes nice and easy between each one. Don't do your last 3-minute easy spin, because we're going to go straight to T2, really hone in on how we're going through those skills, make sure we've got that absolutely nailed down, and then we're going straight into a 30-minute effort at race pace. So this isn't your race pace where you go like the clappers for the first kilometre and think the world is your oyster and you've absolutely got it in the bag. This is, you're going out the door and you've got your pace in mind that you want to sustain for the whole thing, and that's what you're going to start at. Because it's really important for these longer distance events, middle distance and above, that we are starting at the pace that we want to sustain. You're not going to bank any time in these ones, because chances are it's going to come undone in those latter stages.
No one wants to peak too soon.
You don't want to peak too soon, no.
So moving on to Wednesday, you're going to do a tempo bike ride. So you're going to do 3 times 15 minutes at 85% of your middle distance pace, whether you're going to use that as 85% effort or feel or power or heart rate. So easy 5-minute spins in between those 3 times 15 minute efforts.
Awesome. Thursday is yet another brick session. Surprise, surprise. So this one we're going to have a really short bike ride. So it's going to be 30 minutes on the bike, followed by 30 to 40 minutes on the run. The bike ride, you're just going to spend 15 minutes warming up, and then we're going to go 15 minutes at that race intensity. So we're really starting to fine tune now what we want to actually sustain on that day. So if you know what your power is, for example, we want to try and be as close as we can to that race target. Obviously over 15 minutes it should be very sustainable. It shouldn't feel hard, it shouldn't feel laborious at that stage, but we want to come off having done that exact power. We don't want to be scorching above it. There's no point showing off at this stage. This is all about trying to be as ready for race day as possible. You'll transition back into your running kit if you are changing, and then it's 30 to 40 minute run as 9 minutes at race pace. So again, the race pace you're aiming to do on the day, and then you'll take a nice 1-minute jog in between each one. So it's a nice, good, again, confidence building session, that one.
Nice. Friday rest day.
Another one to put your feet up on.
Best day of the week. So Saturday we're going to open water swim. So ideally you're looking at 2 times 100 meters. Start each 100 at your race start, and then settle in and try and hold on to your race pace so you can feel what that's going to be like on the day. Then you can take 15 seconds recovery in between, and then like your main chunk you're going to be doing 6 150s at race pace, focusing on that nice smooth relaxed swimming, and take 20 seconds recovery in between each one, and then you're just going to cool down. If you can't work out like 100 meters in the lake, you can use landmarks or you can use buoys. So if you swim at Howe Multisports in Lakeside, it's a 400 meter loop, so you can say, right, I'm going to go hard for the short laps and then I'm going to recover on the longer ones, and you can use landmarks if you don't have the distances marked out.
Can indeed.
But that's not all for Saturday. You've got 2 sessions on Saturday. You can do an easy ride for 90 to 120 minutes.
A quick one as well, going back to the open water swimming as well. Certain Garmin watches now, you can actually set it to beep at a certain distance. So top tip for that one is I quite often set my watch to beep every 100 meters, so that when I'm doing a warm up, I know that I'm counting 4 beeps, and then when it comes to the main set, I can wait for the beep for 100 meters, recover for 100 meters, and so on and so forth. So that's quite a good one to do. Sunday we are back on for the 3rd brick of the week. So this one will be a slightly longer one for the bike. So again, warm up for around sort of 30 minutes or so, and then we aim to do sort of around 5 lots of 8 minutes at, again, your goal race power or pace or intensity. 3 minutes easy spin between each one, and then we're going to then transition straight into a 20-minute run, and again this one is at your race pace. So there's no sort of long run this week. Once we're in these sort of final stages, we're not looking to add endurance, we're not looking to add more stress to the body. What we're trying to do is strip that stress away. So, you know, if you think over the previous 12 to 16 weeks, we've added a lot of training stress to the body. At this phase, we're trying to recover as much as possible. So that's the reason why we haven't got a long run in that week.
Final week.
Last one.
Final week.
Nearly here.
Swim day Monday. So short session, you can do 200 sort of medium effort, and then 2 times 100 at harder effort. Go back to the top and repeat that 3 times.
Yep, and obviously add in warm up, cool down as much as you need there. I would say, you know, try and keep those sessions, well, the whole session for the week really relatively short. We're not looking to go in and swim for an hour. It's more just get a bit wet. Do a nice easy half an hour and then get out, put your feet up as much as you can really. For the bike rides on the Tuesday, and again 10-15 minutes of warming up or so, and it's just 4 lots of 2 minutes at your middle distance race effort, 3.5 minute recoveries, and again for these ones, you know, try and stay in your race position for that whole session as much as you can if you're using aero bars or whatever, but again it's going to feel like a really short session. 2 minutes isn't going to feel like much, so again it isn't an opportunity to show off and see how much power you can do. These ones are just to be as race specific as possible.
It's very important that you stay disciplined that week.
It is. It's really hard.
Taper does funny things to you, doesn't it? It's like, oh my goodness, I feel really lethargic, or oh my goodness, I get a cold, or something like that. But try and be as disciplined as you can. So Wednesday, we're going to do a run taper. So that's during your run, you're just going to do 4 90 seconds with 3 minutes easy running in between. Your 90 seconds will be a little bit quicker than your half marathon distance pace. Not like major crazy pace, but just pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Working your running form, things like that. That's always quite a good thing to have at the back of your mind while you're doing that one. For the swim, we are literally looking at getting into the water and doing around 8 to 10 lots of 100 meters. To be honest, I wouldn't do a huge amount more than that. I would probably treat the first couple as your warm up, and if you fancy putting a little bit of effort into it, you can do every other one a little bit harder. But again, it's more about just getting wet, going through the motions on that one, just making sure you're nice and happy with your pacing and things like that.
Oh, Friday, we're getting close. So this is your pre-brick session for Friday, and it's really short. You're literally going to bike for 30 minutes and run for 15 minutes. But this is the ideal time to practice everything for transition. So all your kit you're going to need. So you've got it out and you're going to use it, and you're going to work out your pattern of putting it on as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I quite like to actually lay the kit out and then go through it a couple of times. Even though I've been doing this for years, decades, it's still one of the things that I like to do. That's kind of like my treat at the end of the week, is to lay all my kit out, make sure I'm happy with everything, and then just run through those transitions a couple of times. If you're doing flying mounts, you can have a couple of
your treat
practice
at the end of the week.
It's a nice thing to do, I think, just to get yourself in that kind of race mode.
Most people have a beer and a pizza as their treat at the end of the week. You get out race kit.
Well, if I had a beer, I'd be hungover the day after.
That's very true. So we are in event weekend. So Saturday is going to be a rest day. You might need to register if you can on the Saturday. It's always good to do as much as you can before the event day, because then it gives you plenty of time should a hiccup happen. So it's the perfect time to get your bike out, check your brakes, check your tyres, check everything like that. If you're going to register the day before, you can certainly go and look at the venue, look at where things are going to be, work out where the parking is, how long it's going to take you to get there, all of that stuff on Saturday. So although you're not physically training, you are preparing for the event. And then Sunday,
It's event day.
and we're just going to say that.
Yeah.
So that is our basic 4-week taper guide. It is an overview, it is a guide. If you want more detailed training plan, of course, do get in touch because we can help you with more detailed training.
Excellent. And if you like this video and you want more videos similar to this one, make sure you give it a like
And subscribe!
and then comment below with any questions you have on this training plan. Obviously, we've covered a lot in this one, so if you do have any questions, pop them down below and we'll get right back to you.